Okay, the person that's on Zoom that has Galaxy Tab A7 Lite, would you please state your full?
Shamika Parker.
Okay, Ms. Parker, put your mic on mute.
Okay.
All right. Next case is cause number, next case, we have 5 cases. All 5 cases are style of State of Texas versus Deracia Marquise Williams. We have Deracia Williams appearing on Zoom. And Ms. Williams, you can take your mic off of mute. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Ms. Williams, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Williams' cases are cause numbers 327582, cause number 327824, cause number 328442, cause number 328444, and cause number 332188. But again, all 5 cases are style the State of Texas versus Deracia Marquise Williams. Mr. Macy, what is your announcement in Ms. Williams' cases?
Your Honor, Ms. Williams' cases will be able to be resolved without trial. So if we could just get a setting for plea, then we can do it.
Yeah. Okay, this case, these cases will be reset to December 5th of 2022. Ms. Williams, your attorney, will be given notice of your reset. Again, your case will be set for plea on December 5th, 2022. Ms. Williams, you need to be here in person. You and your attorney need to be here in person on December 5th of 2022. And Mr. John Macy, your reset will be sent to you.
Yep. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Is there any way we could do that on a different day? I'm set for trial in Hardin County on December the 5th.
Okay, what about December 12th?
December 12th looks fine to me, Judge. In fact, I think I already have a case set for your court on that day.
Okay, so Ms. Williams, your cases will be set for plea on December 12th, 2022. You need to be here in person with your attorney. Ms. Williams, stay in contact with your attorney. This will conclude your cases. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you.
And
Thank you,
Mr.
Judge.
Macy, I think these are your only cases you have today. So you're free
Yes,
to go
Judge.
as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. docket is cause number 330060. Case is style the state of Texas versus Antonio Alfaro. Mr. Alfaro, would you please come forward with your attorney? This is cause number 330060. Case is style state of Texas versus Antonio Alfaro. Mr. Alfaro, is that your full name? Mr. Alfaro, please raise your right hand. Mr. Alfaro, do you swear, affirm, and tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? You may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Alfaro? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Alfaro, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Charles Rojas. Attorney Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, just me.
Attorney Rojas, do you waive a record in Mr. Alfaro's case?
We do.
Mr. Alfaro, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about May 3rd of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, this information further alleged that prior to the commission of this offense, that you, Antonio Alfaro, on April 6th of 2016, in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, and cause number 305780, that you were convicted of misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, and that conviction became final prior to the commission of this case. Mr. Alfaro, is that true? Now, Mr. Alfaro, how do you plead to this information of driving while intoxicated? Second, guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Okay, Mr. Alfaro, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Alfaro, there are a set of initials, AA, that are on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
On the next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I have another document here. This document is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Mr. Alfaro, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Rojas, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Alfaro, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor. State officer, state one.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rojas, you have advised and counseled Mr. Alfaro. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Alfaro, your attorney, Mr. Rojas, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Alfaro, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of guilty in this case, the state is recommending confinement in Jefferson County Jail for a period of 1 year, Your Honor. We're asking that the court suspend imposing that sentence and place, at this time, and place the defendant on community supervision for a period of 1 year, Your Honor. Require defendant to pay $800 fine to complete 70 hours of community service, to pay $140 of restitution to the DPS Crime Lab, Your Honor, for these standard DWI conditions, probation conditions to include a repeat offender course, Your Honor, the drug and alcohol assessment, and an interlock device. And lastly, Your Honor, the defendant will surrender himself to the Jefferson County Jail for 72 hours mandatory confinement on or before November 23rd, 2022 at 8 a.m.
He has to be on, it has to be before 6 p.m.
It's 8 in the morning.
Oh, 8 a.m. in the morning? Okay. Let's see. So that's, what was that date again? He's gonna surrender?
No.
November 23rd of 2022 at or before 8 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Alfaro, the state is offering that you serve 365 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, this 365 days will be probated for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $800 plus court costs of $422, which comes to a total of $1,222. You'll also be required to pay the DPS Crime Lab restitution in the amount of $140. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You'll be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $200 a month. Will you be able to pay the $200 each month?
Yes, Your Honor.
You will also be required to perform 70 hours of community service. You'll be required to attend and complete the DWI education class and have a drug and alcohol assessment. You'll be required to attend DWI intervention. You'll be required to install a DWI interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You'll also be required to serve 72 hours in the Jefferson County Jail as a condition of this probation, and that jail time is to begin on November 23rd of 2022 at or before 8 a.m. And you also be required to attend and complete the repeat offenders course. Now, you also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Alfaro, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Alfaro, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Alfaro, you will stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
jail Thursday, we can try to.
Right, we'll do it Thursday. If,
If she makes bond, then we'll deal with it later.
right,
Okay.
yeah, unless they, who knows, the felony case may be dispositive of these cases, I don't know.
It may be.
Yeah, okay,
We've also got Daniel Briggs, judge, he's in jail.
you're right, yeah.